All right, what's up? I'm going to be talking about the map today because I've been hearing a lot of talk about it. I'm a little bit late to the party, but I think I have a few things that I wanted to add to the discussion, mainly coming from a solo lane perspective of what I'm thinking about the changes. I am mainly a jungler, but I've been playing a little bit of off role and solo lane, so I just want to just show you all this real quick. Most of the points are gonna. That's the wrong thing. Right cam. Okay, there. Most of the things are going to be coming down to like the lane sides. Okay, so this is a season 8 perspective. I actually kind of like the season 8 map. It had these additional jungle camps. What was there? I don't even know what was there. Obviously some kind of camp, but I think the season 8 map, in my opinion, I like the map, so I'm going to just talk about it. Pretty basic map, but this is a season 1 map, or season smite season 0 map. Look at all the side lanes, look at all the farm that you have. Like, let's count the buffs on your side of the map. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14. There are 14 buffs on your side of the map. Here it is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. There are 8. So there are literally just 3 more buffs on the map. And if we're also taking into consideration like the distance between buffs, these are a lot tighter distances. Like, these were very close together. You can basically instant clear them. This very close to this very close to this, red buff and purple buff a little bit farther away, but this also close together. Now let's look here. These buffs are all the way off to the side on the side of the camp. These buffs are close together, these buffs are close together, all these buffs are close together, but there's just a lot more buffs to clear, and that's the problem. These buffs are all close together, but there's a lot more buffs to clear. There's 4 in this area compared to just usually 2, 3 being in an area together, right? Soul lane's a little bit farther away, but mainly the distance thing comes up to the fact that it's all the way on the side of the map. I think the side lanes just do need to be cut off. I think a lot of people wanted to go back to the side jungles, but they didn't understand that it was coming from a different part of Smite, where one, people weren't as efficient and just not as good farmers, and just not playing their best Smite, right? Compared to now, people are just going to maximize it a lot more and do the best strategies. So I think that's one thing. I think side lanes, it was fun, right, for a little bit, and then it's been a year. We need to get rid of it because it has shown that it's problems, at least in solo lane. I think the solo lane side camp should at least be cleared. I think teleporters can stay up, but honestly, I would be in favor of just removing the side camp entirely and putting the teleporter somewhere over here somewhere. Now, secondly, the main thing I want to talk about is the spacing and the size of lanes. I feel like size of lanes have just gotten bigger in Smite. Like, this is a fairly tight lane, like you don't really have much side to side movement that you can do. Here it's just slightly bigger because they have to accommodate for the bushes being in the lane, and you also have the side camps over here, this camp over here. You can even jump over the fire giant side for a little bit more safety, right? Compared to here, you can't jump over fire giant side, you can't jump these walls still, but right, it's a lot more compact and tight. Like, literally the buff is going into the lane. They have a little bit of a divot here to farm this, compared to gold buff. You literally have to actually walk over there. Like, no abilities from the lane are going to be hitting the gold buff, so you can safely farm gold buff and not have to fight somebody. But a mage here, they would have to fight you here. They would still have to fight you, so they still have to be close to you if they still want the farm. So they can't just clear, run away, clear, run away, clear, run away, right? Which is the problem right now in Smiley. Let's look at like how Snazzy's gonna farm this. Like, he comes up to fight the Achilles. Okay, he's kind of fucking losing, but that's besides the point. Like, let's just forward a little bit, forward a little bit. Okay, I'm waiting for him to actually go farm a camp. He just doesn't want to farm a camp. He's playing Nim solo, so it's a little harder to clear. But right, once he gets a break, he goes all the way over here and is just not interacting with other enemy solo laner. Like, not at all. He can't even see the other person's solo laner if it was not for the map. Yeah, I think that's where a problem stems from. Where here, you're going to see that once he fights this guy, he's probably going to go clear the Scorpion, I imagine. Or he might just fight him. I don't know. Let's find out what happens. Okay, he fights him here. He fights him, and then he's like, okay, I have nothing else. So now he can immediately start doing this and not have to go all the way to the side camps and possibly miss farm. And here, the other soul laner actually gets to even maybe step up and try to steal it. And now he doesn't have to commit too hard. He can always jump away. But this is what I'm talking. And then they had the auto attack thing to actually get the farms, so you can't just steal it from afar. I actually forgot about that. and it dropped like a little healing buff, so the person that is just sitting there can heal. So like this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about with Smite. Like this is a lot more, hey, this is going to be a brawling lane, where this is just the same thing as a dual lane. It's not really much of a difference. And oops, what is going on? Let's wait for weapon lane. You don't actually have to fight, but here the difference was he got all this farm, and he was losing, by the way, but just got farm. And I think the point why they said they wanted to add these was so you can have safe farm over here if you're losing lane, but never in Smite's history has it ever worked out like that. If you ever have quote unquote safe farm, it's always just more farm for the winning lane, whoever's winning lane, because you can't step out of your tower sometimes because you're losing so hard, or the person's out clearing you so hard that you still have to clear this wave and is barely even half done. Like who's someone that has like really fast clear? Like I can't really think of anyone on it. Like Bellona, for example. She has really fast clear, especially if she has a bluestone. She's out clearing you by a country mile, and she has a little bit more movement speed on her. She's clearing this and it's done. And then by the time you even get over here, she's already done clearing. And now you can choose a fighter, but it's a Bellona, so you don't really want to fight a Bellona. I don't know. So I think to fix soul lane, I think literally make this soul lane back again. I think the soul lane was actually pretty enjoyable to me, at least, when I was over there, because it makes you actually have to fight the other person and be around the other person. Solo lane, I think you should constantly be playing off each other, not just not seeing the enemy solo laner because they're on their backs or they're on their blue, right? I would much rather see my laner and actually have to fight, and I think that will solve the mage problem alone, because the reason why mages are so strong is they have so much space to play around you. There's so much farm on the map that if you're not farming, if you're farming, you can't pressure them. But what does a solo want to do? They want to pressure out the mage and call them a phony for when they are being a phony. And then like the only time that mages are strong if their items are just that strong. That's why when mage solo started, it was because their itemization was just so strong that it was just soul laners couldn't fight into them. And I would still rather that, because at least they still had to fight each other. It wasn't just, oh, I run away now, right? They could still like outrange you and then safe farm, but they couldn't come up and actually fight you. Anyways, I think that's about it for this and stuff, the soul lane. But other things I want to talk about is the mid lane, for example, also too. Let me go to the mid lane. I think the Smite mid lane was actually a lot better for like early season. Okay. I fucking hate that I type in mid lane or mid and I get solo. Like, what is it? Smite algorithm is just cooked. Okay, let's go to this video. This guy, actually, hold on, let's watch the play real quick. Let's watch the play. Oh, he's cooking? He's cooked. Oh, wait. Oh, he's cooked there. He cooked him. This is Yemoja now? Sheesh. Yemoja aspect go crazy. Okay. That's enough of that. Let's just look at the mid lane. Should be pretty early on. I want more of an overview of it, please. 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 The fuck are you doing, brother? Oh my gosh. Wait, why is it already starting? Okay, this is rough. Okay, okay, this is you're gonna have to do. This is fine. Okay, then a season mid lane. Yeah, this will be fine. This will be fine. He doesn't cut anything about his videos. Wait, hold on. We got to see the play. Got to see the play. Dunk. Oh, dang, he chunked. Dunk. Oh, dang, he chunked. Wait, is that just a pinna? Oh, he didn't get the pinna. He didn't get the pinna. That's why he cut it short. Okay. And look at this mid, right? This is a season 8 mid. What was that? Oh, that was Hand of the God. Oh my gosh, I remember that. But look how much tighter everything is. This is so much wider. And you have a direct like mid lane like to actually go in between. Here it's actually walled off, and the only exit are these corridors, not the mid corridor that you can just walk and go there. Oh wait, no. It's not like that. Okay, I lied. I forgot. I'm talking about season 9 map. Everything I just said is invalid, I guess. But it does feel like a lot easier to get around here because it's not these long walls. It's a very like short stumpy wall, right? Or short stumpy wall here, no real curve. to make it feel like, oh, you gotta walk through the corridor, it could be a jungler around this corner, and bam, the jungler's there. A lot easier to get back to your tower and be safe. But I think the main thing is just how tight the lane, how untight the lane is because of these bushes. I think lane bushes are fun and add some kind of a dynamic, but it would be interesting if some lanes did have them and some lanes didn't have them. I wish in general there weren't as many bushes in the lane. Maybe we could go a season without having bushes in the lane and see how that looks. But I just kind of want to look at the start. Like this start is well, the Scylla always had such bad clear. Wow, that's really rough. You know, this is during when you have blessings and not the starters. But right, and then you come over to speed. Wait, do you solo speed? No way you solo speed, right? Jungler had to come over. Okay, yeah, Jungler comes over. Right, and just once again, like looking at this, a lot less farm for the mid to just take. Now, don't get me wrong, the mid still has farm they can take. These were pretty easy to clear. That's a mid camp, you know, it's a regular mid camp. But it's a lot harder for them to come all the way back to these camps because the jungler probably already cleared them. The mid lane actually has to be in mid lane and be a mid laner, not just a secondary jungler that's also taking farm, right? Compared to when you look at mid lane now, it's a lot more farm taking. Like he's mainly just sitting in mid dual fighting. Like this is a lot more interesting, at least to me. Is he dead here? He's definitely dead. But yeah, like it feels more like mid lane and not like secondary jungler that's just gonna play super safe and just play for farm. Like even here, he is playing for farm, right? Don't get me wrong, but then he has nothing else to really do. If his jungler farms the other side camp, he's having to sit in tower and he can't just go back and go farm something. Once again, he's getting out pressured. He gets the red buff. He goes back to mid lane. And it is Scylla, so it is a little bit harder to farm on Scylla in general. But in general, it just, he's in mid lane. He gets these little camps and that's it, right? Everything else is a lot harder for him to clear. It's hard for you to clear mid lanes by yourself safely. It's a lot harder for you to go all the way back here and get to your lane faster because, once again, he's Scylla. But Scylla now can definitely do that because she has all these hyper farm tools like Conduit Gem, blah, 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 and whatnot. But if we look here, this isn't as good of a mid laner, so he might not be actually trying to fight. But, right, okay, well, yeah, Oracle fights, I think Oracle fights are good. I think these should exist in the game, in my opinion. He fights. Okay, he's out. Let's see what he does. Okay, he actually gets invade. That's actually crazy. Okay, this is just a bad example. This is just a very chaotic game. And also, this is probably not ranked. Actually, this might not be ranked either. I don't know. Yeah, he doesn't say it's ranked anywhere. But yeah, I think this is a lot more, how do I say, of just wait for it. Okay, I don't really see him going to farm anything. He's kind of just sitting in his tower. Yeah, like, okay, like here he clears this. He should almost immediately be running back to these back camps to clear it. I just don't think he's really playing to sweat it out. He's actually, did he die? No. Okay, let's see what he does here. He should go to his red buff. Okay, he doesn't go to his red. Okay, this is a bad example. He's just not playing to hyper farm. But in general, like right now, if you're at the higher end of Smite, like Obsidian Plus, you're literally just seeing the mid laner. They clear wave, they go back to farm this. They clear wave, they go back to farm this. Clear wave, go back to farm this. They clear wave, go back to farm this. They clear wave, go farm the red buff, and then recycle, rinse, and repeat. And the only times that you really get a fight over something is this buff and this buff. You never fight over this, pretty much, as a mid laner because it's so far away. And two, you're probably off doing these buffs, this buff, this buff, this buff, right? So many buffs just to do as a mid laner. Where here it was really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe. Here it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 8 compared to, how many I say? I said 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, and Oracle spawned a little bit later, and they're once again a little further off, and you kind of are disconnected from being really safe here. Where mid laners now, you can kind of clear oracles and be kind of safe because your tower is like right there. But here you actually gotta, like, look how close these oracles are to tower. compared to they're not on this side of the gold. If they were on this side of the Gold Fury, it'd be a lot harder for mids to farm these, but it's on this side and not the other side. But that's besides the point. Actually, that's kind of the whole point. It's just mid laners don't have as much farm to farm. And also red buffs invades were a lot easier because look how close it is to mid lane. I think that was also a good point of, hey, if you have aggression, you go invade the red's mid. I think that was actually kind of fun. It makes you fight early, and I think fighting should be encouraged with map design, not with just, hey, fight, please fight, right? Also, W just floating pillars back here. I don't even know why the pillars are floating. Also, let's look at Gold Fury pit. Look for a Gold Fury. Okay, I don't think, has there been a Gold Fury taken? I don't see a Gold Fury being taken at all. Oof. There it is. Oh wait, no, that's Cthulhu. That's Cthulhu. Wait, did they actually not? Wait, hold on. He pulls up scoreboard here. Let's see if they ever took Gold Fury. Yeah, okay, Gold Fury is down here. Okay, maybe it's just the enemy team took Gold Fury all these times. Could you not see if enemy took Gold Fury back in these days? Okay, you can't. Fuck. Okay, well, fuck it then. Never mind. I just love Cthulhu Wings being there. But yeah, I think in general, it's just a lot easier and a lot more interesting, this map of the fights that you will have, than this map, the fights that you're having. Because you have your safe farm here. Like, this is a lot of a safer farm because you have to actually overextend in the middle of the map to get this farm, and it's safe farm for you. And you remember when Duel Lane had these? Oh, actually, this is the map. Duel Lane had these harpies here, so this was kind of safe farm from them. But as a duo pair or invading duo pair, you can still invade this. It's not like specifically hard. The camps do take a long time to clear, but it's XP, and it's easier for this Duel Lane to fight back since they're closer to tower. They can throw abilities over. They don't really have to overextend too much. Where like now in Smite, you have to really overextend to go to these, even if it is like your camps. Because sure, you can run out this way to the back of your tower, but the problem is you're still pretty far away from your tower. You're a wall in between your tower. So let's say something like who's here? I don't know, like let's say Mordor has pressure on you. If you don't have a jump to jump this wall, you're actually decently far away because Mordor has a route to root you. He has slows. He has all these tools to stop you from just getting to your tower. And then imagine a jungler comes up. That's just even worse. Just expedite it even worse. So in general, sure, you as a opponent has to overextend, but it's on the outskirts of the map, so it's a lot harder to just gank you. Teleports are also here, so if you see the jungler crossover by minions, you can just teleport over and be in Duel Lane and be safe. But in general, I think this is a way better way to do safer farm than this, because these are just going to get invaded by whoever's winning. Just flat out is, it's just not even a question. Gold camp needs to be brought in to where it is. Oops, great. Excuse me, to where it is like on this map, so like here, that kind of area. Just in my opinion. So that's the only thing I think needs to like really be changed, and it'll be a lot better for mid lane. For the jungling experience, I guess I can talk about now. Jungles just have so much farm up that you feel like you have to be super efficient, but at the same time you need to be ganking a lot. I think naturally it should rough out to, hey, clear most of your camps on the way to a gank, and then you're good to go and you won't be behind. But right now in Smite, it feels like if you're not like very efficient on all these, you're probably behind, and you have to be leeching waves at the same time, you have to be doing this at the same time, and all these things to be super efficient. And if you're not, you're going to just fall behind. So you have to be playing almost near perfectly not to fall behind the enemy jungler. Well, but I guess that's also like skill level difference, right? Because back then I don't think, was I a Masters? Actually, I think that was the season I actually hit Masters. So actually, yeah, never mind. I don't fully know, but right, I don't know. It's hard to say exactly, but in my opinion right now, it's a lot more that you have to do as a jungler just to keep ahead. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 buffs that you're really taking. You're rarely ever taking purple buff, but you're taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 buffs on your side that you need to take. Sometimes your mid is just farming them, so then you have less, but right, just something like around that, where here you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You had 5, 6 buffs on your side that you need to take. A lot less responsibility, and it's a lot easier. Also, bring back Gold Chalice. I love the Gold Chalice. It was really fun. I don't, it was just fun. Dopamine, just a dopamine hit. This is kind of being a longer video than intended, but I think this is just my ideas of what I would do to personally fix it. Like, I think this map was just a really solid map. I know people got tired of this map because they were like, oh, it's just season 5 map, but slightly different, or season 7 map, but slightly different. But I don't know, I genuinely think this is like the map that I found the most fun on, that I actually played. I didn't really play season 3. I played season 3 like on the tail end of that map because I was like a Joust arena player like really early on into my Smite career. But then I, like, right at the tail end of season 3, I started actually playing more Conquest. But so I don't really remember that map too much. But I think maps like these is what Smite should be more rooting for. I was on the boat of like, oh, I kind of want to try like side drum camps because I never played it. So I was like, that's a real interesting idea, but I think we see the problems that come with it, especially when these camps are, you can't just clear them instantly and get back to lane to continue pressuring. It takes a little bit of time, so if you don't have really fast clear, it's kind of hard for you to do these without having wave go into your wave. There's a lot of problem with it, so it just naturally tends to be higher clearing gods that are just better. That's why it's kind of hard to make solo Sobek work right now, because you need to farm so much that you just can't. Okay, now that that's over with, can I just say real quick, frick, I saw it. This guy, bro, all he does is he has been milking freaking pirate software for the last days, bro. I swear, the last few weeks. I get it, it pays the bills. I think pirate, what he's doing is insane. Bro is just a total narcissist, and it's clear, but he doesn't want to admit it, which, right, no one wants to admit they're a narcissist, and it's pretty evident. And how he acts, he just can't say sorry. I don't know, you just gotta say, my bad, I lied, I thought it was this. And I feel like most people will be okay, because, right, sometimes you just don't understand what someone's saying, and you misinterpret what they're saying, and you're like, oh, my bad, I thought you were saying something completely different. That's all you gotta say. Just be the bigger man and say, okay, yeah, you know what, it's my bad. But this motherfucker, all he does is milk. Like, hold on, let me, this is a real side tangent. But, like, look at this dude. Bro. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, just 12. But, yeah, like, dude, we get it. Like here is, like, actual, like, you know, freaking different stuff, but here it's, brother, we get it, man. We get it. You're trying to grow. He said he, like, grew, like, by, like, 30 or something amount of subscribers. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird to me that he does this much, but hey, he's getting 1 million views on one of his videos. Wait, how much did he, so off his first one he made 90? Okay, that's fair. How much was he making before? 40? Okay, that's, like, I would probably do the same thing, but gosh dang, it's so annoying. I'm not gonna lie, it really is just annoying. But I think that's gonna be it for this. Oh wait, I need to do one more. Anything else I want to say? Not really. Dual lane, I think this is actually pretty, I think dual lane, it's a lot more reasonable for this, because dual lane is a farming lane. It's not really supposed to be, you have to brawl 24/7, and I also don't play that much dual, so I don't, or duo, so I don't really know exactly how they feel about it. I think it's always better when it's easier to access farm, but because it just incentivizes fighting more. But I can understand dual lane being, because it is a farming lane in general, so you should have to be farming. Every lane's a farming lane, but I think soul lane should be the most incentivized to fight and have pressure, be pressure gods, right? Warriors, high pressure assassins that are just in meta for their rotation, like Thor, Rov, whoever else was rat sometimes. I think that should be the kind of meta. Mid should be mages that can play safe in the mid lane, because mid lane is most activity. High power burst damage dealers, right? Maybe some carries and flex in it, and then dual lane should primarily be carries, because like because you never see warriors dominating in dual lane or mid. Why? Because they just don't work as well. I actually don't know why. I don't know why. Maybe cause I know dual lane, because it's just two people. It's a lot. You're just gonna take a lot more damage, and you need to have good enough wave clear, which most warriors do have good enough wave clear. They actually have better wave clear than carries. Usually carries are a little bit weaker early game, but I don't know. I'm kind of done with this. Bye. I kind of ranted myself out of Steam, so there's nothing else to really say. Deuces.